Hey guys, just had another bit of inspiration. So, something that I've been kind of saying for a long time is that, President Trump is only one person, fantastic leader. He does exactly what I was hoping someone would do at that office, which was to go in there and frankly kick ass and take names. Be a bull in a china shop. I think it needed shaking up for a long time, not just simply Washington, but our country and frankly the world by large. I've also said that for a long time that he is a representative of we the people. He is not going to singularly by himself go in there and affect change himself. Certainly, he's in a position to lead the charge. He is in a position to rally the forces and be a cheerleader, as he's often stated. Probably Obama could have been great at, but obviously wasn't. But I think we the people at large, we the people by and large, are the ones that are going to affect change. It's not going to be just him. I mean, it's going to be all of us collectively together. And as Q has stated on many occasions through that line of communication, the majority needs to wake up. The people need to wake up. We need more people awake before we can affect change that needs to happen. And I think we're there, or we're pretty damn close if we're not. So anyway, I was watching a snippet of Tucker Carlson last night, where he kind of talked about how the politicians aren't really doing they're seeing the Antifa activities, and they're seeing politicians shrinking in fear behind what Antifa is basically doing, and basically showing we the people in the streets taking up arms, at least standing in front of them and fighting back. And I think that's why there are those that say the majority need to wake up, and the majority need to take our country back, because that's what it's going to take. That could be not paying your taxes. That could be if they're going to defund the police, which is asinine. I mean, anybody that thinks defunding the police makes any sense whatsoever. I'm not even going to try to argue that point, because it's not really a point to be argued. But we're just going to have to, and we're all pro-constitutionalists. We're all pro-free speech. We're all pro-Second Amendment. And all these people want to tear that down. I mean, I've said this before, so I don't want to repeat it again. But my only point here is that we the people are going to have to join the war, stand up, and take this country back. And if you watched Tucker Carlson last night, there was a video bit of some Antifa children, basement dwellers, and this little old lady basically just talking them down, basically just talking them down. There was that. There was the guy in Kansas City, Kentucky, somewhere. He and his wife outside their home, obviously a wealthy couple, not that it really matters, standing outside their home after Antifa terrorist groups broke down their gate, stormed the castle, if you will, and they came out and said, "I don't think so, not here," and they had their guns ready to defend their property and defend their home. That's going to be more of what's going to have to happen. I've got some friends that I've kind of asked them, kind of in passing, are they prepared? Can they defend themselves? Are they packing, if you will? And they kind of self-realize they're not, and they're proactively gone and at least got a shotgun. Get something. If you're there's no sitting in the middle anymore. There's no sitting by just kind of watching the drama unfold and hoping for the best. You're going to have to pick a side, and you're going to have to be prepared. So it doesn't take a whole lot to go to your local gun shop and get a shotgun. Home defense. You don't want to be at home unarmed, unprepared when something may happen. And maybe nothing's going to happen. Maybe it won't. But better safe than sorry is what I always say. So he got himself a home defense shotgun. His brother apparently is looking to do the same. So I think it's a wise move. And at some point, these people that are storming the cities and tearing and burning them down, and the cops can't do anything about it, and the mayors and governors are basically supporting and not doing anything about it, but supporting them and saying, go for it. It's the chaos that I see unfolding right now. You could probably go to the streets being a pro-constitutionalist, and you can probably start fighting back in a certain way, and there probably wouldn't be any consequences legally, because obviously the legal system is out the window. And I've been saying for years now, anti-Second Amendment versus Second Amendment. Who's going to win? I mean, we're trying to do the right thing. We're trying to love our neighbors and all that good stuff. Be good Christian people, and kind of hope people wake up and they go home and they do the right thing. But if push comes to shove and your family is in jeopardy, your family is at risk, our country and the country that we're raising our kids into is at risk. I mean, at some point you have to say enough's enough, and go take your streets back. Oust these politicians that obviously are have nefarious intent. Oust them, and just freaking storm the castles and take it back. To me, that's what it's coming to. That's just what I see. It is coming to it. Trump can't do it by himself. The pro-constitutionalist Washington, D.C. or government can't do it themselves. At some point, we the people, the majority, the silent majority and the becoming more vocal majority, are going to wake up, are going to have to wake up, and we're going to have to just freaking take it back. Just going to have to take it back. So the call to you, I mean, and I would imagine anybody probably listening to this, you're probably thinking the same things. I'm probably not stating any major revelations here, but the message here is be prepared. Get yourself some means of self-defense. And I'm not talking about a stick. I'm talking about other things. You can get a shotgun without a license. That's an easy thing to do. That's number one. Do that. And if your family, if your home, if your well-being is threatened you're threatened in a life-threatening way, you can at least have some fallback measure to defend yourself. And again, I think at some point, and I hope we're able to clean this up before the election comes around. But it may be that I think when November rolls around and the election takes place, even though I have all the confidence in the world that the right thing's going to happen, and President Trump will be reelected. I mean, I just think there's just way too many people that are pro-Constitution that are kind of behind the movement that will happen. But regardless of whether he wins or loses, shit's going to hit the fan. It is. It just really is. I mean, we're way too divided. There's really no common thread between us anymore at this point. It just really is. I just don't see it. It's sad to say, but I think though, and I don't want to say those on the left, but I want to say the anti-constitutionalists, they're so brainwashed. They're so MK Ultra. They're so twisted in the way they think that there's little to no communication amongst us. And I think even though the media, the propaganda engine in all of its effect, is probably skewing the narrative that makes you think there's probably more people out there creating this chaos than there really is. I think they're kind of a minority. I don't think it would be that big a deal for the masses, the people, the constitutionalist masses, to basically take the streets back, get leadership back in office like it belongs, become pro-constitutionalist, become pro-religion, whatever religion that might be. Love your neighbor, all that wonderful stuff, and start raising our children properly. And a big part of that's the educational system, which is a different narrative. That's not where I want to go, but prepare yourself, arm yourself, and just start thinking about the fact that at some point we're probably going to have to be a strong participant in taking back our streets. It's just going to have to happen that way. And if it happens that way, I think the chaos that's going to kind of come from it all will be mitigated, will be minimized. I won't say mitigated, but it'll be minimized. Anyway, I just want to put that out there. Love your thoughts.